Our Syracuse University Giving Day 2025 live broadcast continues now from inside the Shine Student Center. A little bit quieter, but we have got a lot to get to in this segment, talking athletics. And obviously there's a lot to talk about. I've got another student co-host, and it's a second graduate student co-host who's joining me for this segment. Kay Racine is here. Kay,
yes,
thank you.
I am. Hey, how are you?
Tell us your Syracuse story.
My adventure to Syracuse?
Your adventure to Syracuse.
I applied to a lot of graduate programs, but I ultimately ended up at Syracuse. It was a long road, but I realized when I got my acceptance that I was offered a scholarship, and I think that was the thing that made the ultimate choice. I struggled financially outside of that, and so I was like, okay, Syracuse is the right place for me.
So that scholarship gave you a chance to do something that you might not have otherwise gotten a chance to do.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And I've had amazing opportunities since I've been here at Newhouse, being able to travel for sporting events and everything, and so it's been great.
You came here in the summer for the graduate program, and you have already hit the road, including getting out of the country to cover the NFL. Tell us about that.
Oh, yes. I went to cover the NFL. I went to the Panthers and Giants game in Munich, Germany. I went with Newhouse alum Greta Manelis, and through way of another Newhouse alum, Tim Slitner, built a relationship with them, and they created an opportunity for me to go out there. And I was able to go out there for a whole entire week and be a journalist for the NFL.
It's amazing to hear about the opportunities that you get by building relationships with people. Alumni,
sure.
With your cohort of grad students.
Yes.
I mean, you've got a great group.
Yes, they're a great group of people. I love spending time with them and just learning from each and every one of them. They all have different things to offer, and just being in a space where we're all learning and we're all growing is amazing, and Newhouse is the perfect place for that.
Well, listen, this is a big sports day, right? This is opening day for baseball. The NCAA men's tournament continues this evening with the first games in the round of 32. So we've got a ton going on in sports. We're going to talk about sports, athletics, and how you can help support that. Look, if you've paid any attention to college athletics over the last couple of years, you know that the landscape is changing dramatically, and it's changing almost every day. Let's hear a little bit about how it's changing and why support right now is more important than ever from our athletics director, John Wildhack.
And hi, everybody. We're in the JMA Wireless Dome with Director of Athletics, John Wildhack. And John, our occasion for this visit is the exciting launch of really an ambitious fundraising campaign.
Exactly right, Matt. And it's a campaign that's going to be essential for our programs to be successful. And it's all about competing for ACC championships, competing for national championships across all 20 of our sports. And the success of this campaign is absolutely vital to allow our sports to accomplish that.
But I know you travel the country and the world, right? And the priority is to be at the top tier and to be in the big time. And you feel that when you visit with alums and stakeholders.
Absolutely. And I think there's great passion and great energy for Syracuse athletics and for all of our programs and what we accomplish with football. And again, what we will do with basketball programs as well. And we need their support. And in some ways, our fans and our alumni can more directly impact our ability to win now than ever before. Yeah, we talk about the revenue share as well, but it's also, this campaign can go beyond that as well, because I talked about the Lally complex. Yeah. If I'm passionate about the sport, right? I'm passionate about women's rowing and men's rowing. I can contribute to that coaches fund, right? For Coach McGee and Coach Reichman, you can do that. So there are a variety of ways. Revenue share is a key component of the $20 million, but there are different ways too. Again, through Head Coaches Fund, through the Lally Complex, through the Opportunity Fund, that you can support Syracuse athletics. What's really important is the donor will dictate where their dollars go to what sport, to what Head Coaches Fund, to the Lally Complex. However they want their dollars dispersed, they will control where those dollars go.
John Wildhack there with voice of the Orange, Matt Park. A lot of options with this champion Cuse, and it's a lot to try to digest and break down. We have some help in that regard. Eric Silakowski is the Associate Vice President of Athletics Development. He joins us now. And Eric, thank you for being a part of this, being here.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you both. No, this is great. I mean, what a day. I've been watching the broadcast all day. You've all done a wonderful job. I mean, it's been a very vibrant scene here all day. But we're super excited to be here. I'm very grateful to join everybody and talk a little bit about athletics.
We just heard John say a little bit that there are a lot of options, a lot of places that people who want to support athletics can give their donations. Talk a little about some of those options and where those are and how they help student athletes and help facilities.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for us, the point of emphasis is that what we're trying to do and what we have done is create a holistic approach to our campaign, but also Giving Day as a whole, right? Giving Day for us is a way to amplify this campaign that we're putting so much work into over the next 3 years. The opportunity for us to say, we have 550 plus student athletes. We have 20 varsity programs. We need to lift all of those programs because our goal is to win ACC and national titles for all of them. And we need all the resources that we can possibly find and get to support all of these coaches, these programs, these student athletes. So the opportunity to help with our head coaches fund, if that's what you prefer, if you're a fan of field hockey, women's soccer, of men's soccer, you have the opportunity to directly support that program through a restricted operational fund, right? And then if you want, from the standpoint of, from our athletic director's opportunity fund, it's unrestricted, but it's the department's greatest need, right? So, and then for where we're heading in the industry, we've created the Athletics Competitive Excellence Fund, which will be critical to our success and revenue share. I think it's incredibly important for us to also recognize the support that the university is providing us and making sure that we do our part to provide that support back to our student athletes and our programs to win. It's necessary, it's critical, and we have to make sure that we do everything we can to obtain those.
Eric, what's the approach to engaging the community to buy in, to see that this is a need and something that is going to better the entire city of Syracuse?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, athletics at Syracuse is a driver for so much of the community. I mean, you see it on game days, and I've been here for 2 months. I've been a fan of Syracuse my entire life. So I've seen game days, I've seen the events and everything around the city. We need to make sure that we continue to enhance our program so that we can continue to win and make sure our community continues to get behind us. The important part and one of the priorities of this campaign, but also Giving Day, is participation, right? So we want to make sure that every dollar, it's understood that every dollar counts, from $44, $44 to $4,000 to $500,000. All of that is critical to our success.
We heard John say it, every sport. We heard you talk about all of the student athletes who are involved here. I think there's a lot of people who think, oh, this is just about football and basketball, right? That's not the case. Syracuse really wants this to be something that impacts every student athlete in every sport. How is that something that can be done? How do you decide where it can go, how it can help?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, how we decide where it goes or the support or where the support goes is one thing, but what we want to do is make sure that we continue to stay donor first, donor centric, and continue to make sure that their intentions with their giving, we steward that properly, right? But for us, it's, if you want to give it to a specific place, we have an opportunity for you, right? But you look at the success that we've had across the board from so many sports, and if you want to help with that, then you can certainly do that. So it's incredibly important that we continue to hammer home that message that this is holistic, this is for everybody, this is an opportunity for all of our programs to succeed, and we'll keep beating that drum for the next 3 years and beyond.
And Eric, we've heard about revenue sharing and where this money is going to go. With what's the difference between NIL and the funding for athletics as a whole? Because those are two different things, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so from an NIL perspective, for us, we've had a lot of support from our collectives, right? And we certainly appreciate it, and there will continue to be a need there. From a revenue share perspective, it's what we can control as a university, right? Mm-hmm. So like I mentioned before, we have to make sure that we continue to supplement that. That is the support that we're going to receive through the university, and we need to provide the support back. So it'll be critically important from our standpoint as we work through Champion Cuse and gain that support, that it affects the revenue share. We're doing everything we can there to make sure that we're successful. I will also mention, as I think it's incredibly important to note, that it's not solely on the donor, right? it's not solely on philanthropy, but it'll be a very large part of these efforts. We're doing everything we can. It's our mission as the administration, as the university, to make sure that we find new revenue sources, that we continue to enhance the ones that we have, and find those resources in every nook and cranny that we can, because we need it. And it's what our counterparts and our peers are doing. It's what our competition is doing. And in order for us to continue to compete at the highest level, we need to do all of these things holistically so that we can succeed.
I want to spend a moment on facilities, because obviously that's a huge part of both attracting and retaining athletes and coaches, and we've seen a great investment in facilities, the new football operations center, the Lally complex. Where is the future of that at Syracuse University?
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, what we have is we always have plans for the future, right? There's always going to be opportunities, because there are specific alums and individuals who are supportive of this university and athletics that want to continue to support brick and mortar. We have those opportunities specifically. It'll certainly be a case-by-case basis. If somebody approaches us or we have that conversation and they say, I want to help with X, we can work through that, right? But certainly through the Champion Cuse campaign, we have a lot of our priorities here, and facilities will never fall to the wayside. It's more so case by case and how we can all work together to make sure that we enhance what we have here.
What is something in particular that you're looking to grow in Syracuse with all the support that we want to receive today, and with everything expanding in the NIL space, in the funding space, in the revenue sharing space? What do you want to see differ here at Syracuse?
I guess it's a little bit of bringing back the tradition of and creating the tradition of more championships, right?
You won't find anybody arguing with that.
Yeah, definitely not.
But we also, it's important to us, and it always will be, that we keep the main thing, right? The student-athlete experience is what's most important, and we want to make sure that we provide those resources and do everything that we can, that every student-athlete that comes on campus leaves within 2, 3, 4 years realizing that they had the best experience they possibly could, and we provided everything for them to be successful.
As a former student athlete myself, I think that's something that's very, very important. And so having an initiative like this and have people see the support and see where everything is going as everything trends up is going to be very interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you want to feel it as a student. You want to know that the community, the university, and everyone is there lifting you up and supporting you. It's a great segue. We're going to have a student athlete coming up in just a few minutes here. A rower will be joining us on our broadcast in a moment. First, though, I want to hear from some of our coaches. And Sean Dorcelis had an opportunity to catch up with some of the Syracuse University coaches, some familiar faces that you'll see here.
Thanks, Chris. I had the opportunity to catch up with a few of our Orange head coaches to speak about the importance of Cuse Giving Day. Coach Fran, what does Cuse Giving Day mean to you?
It means when there's an entire community, entire organization, just a whole fan base, everyone comes together. They decide to give back to a program, give back to an organization, to athletics overall, so that way we can continue to compete, to be at the top of our sports.
Oh, it's a great opportunity for alum to give back and show appreciation and of what your experience was at this university. It's a great university, so a chance to kind of show some appreciation and try to help back and keep this place being a special place.
Oh my goodness, Giving Day means to me that people are locked in to seeing Syracuse athletics rise above them all, and they're committed to us being not just good, but great. It's them saying, we see you, we believe in you, and we support you, and we're gonna endorse you. That, to me, helps me work harder, makes me believe that, no matter what, we got people that really care about the players, the coaches, and the success of our women's basketball program, but also our athletic department.
Yeah, for us, it's that opportunity to really support the women that are here doing the work. From all of our alums that came before us, to really give back and show their support and make sure that it's the experience that's a really high level racing. It's everything. It shows them that there are people out there that are really caring about what they're doing.
It's such an important day for the university and specifically our women's lacrosse program. I know being an alum here and playing lacrosse here at Syracuse, it was the best 4 years of my life, and I felt like I had such an elite experience and such a special student athlete experience playing at the highest level, playing in the JMA Wireless Dome, and just having access to so many resources here. So this is really important, I think, for the future of our program, to be at the highest standard of all of college lacrosse.
What do Giving Day gifts made to your program help support?
Giving Day gifts really impact all aspects of our program. Everything from the equipment we use for practice and racing every day, the great facilities we're in, and it really impacts our operating budget significantly. You know, our chance to go on training trips to Florida and South Carolina, our chance to race in California, to travel all over the U.S. for various trips, to be able to run the boathouse on a daily basis. That's all through alumni giving, so it really is impactful on our program.
It helps support our experience, our players' experiences. We use it for, guests, public speaking guests to come in, motivational speakers, taking trips out, different experiences. But just really the overall experience, not just on the basketball court, but off the basketball court, trying to educate our guys in life skills.
It goes to a lot of different things. It goes to things like our sports psychologists, our mental health resources, the way that we travel, the food that we eat. It even comes down to the games that we play and the opponents that we want to play against, being able to play anybody in the country. So there's so much that it does for our program, and we appreciate all the support that we get.
What does the support of Orange Nation and the Syracuse community mean to you?
It means the world. It was the reason why I attended here. It's the reason why this place is special. And when I talk to recruits, the one thing I talk about is Orange Nation and our community and the support. And it's one of the best in the country. So it's a big part of what makes this place special.
It shows that they've got our back. We're out there trying to win national championships, and to have their support on a day like Giving Day shows that they believe in us.
We have the largest fan base. The community is the most involved of any team in the country. And, the Orange Nation and all of our fans are just incredibly important to our success. And they really motivate us to work hard and try and be our best every day.
That means a lot. I'm so thankful that I've been accepted and welcomed with open arms, So just this community, Orange Nation, I work extremely hard every day just to make sure that everyone knows that I'm not taking this for granted. This is an amazing opportunity I have.
It shows how much the program means to them and how much they value what we do. It's a huge responsibility we have to educate young people, not just in sport, but in life. And college athletics is a huge tool to do that.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, coaches. Coaches, different sports, but one goal, well, two goals, really. It's to win a national championship. And you just heard the rowing coach talk about educating student athletes, and that's a big part of it as well. And we're joined now by one of those student athletes. In fact, his student athlete, one of his student athletes, Stevie Chuck. Thank you for being here. He's a rower.
Thank you for having me.
If you couldn't tell, you can't tell how tall he is sitting here, but he looks like a rower. We appreciate you being here. Talk a little about your experience as a student athlete at Syracuse.
Yeah, I think being at Syracuse has been one of the biggest privileges of my life. It's a place with such a long history. This is the 150th year of rowing here. We started in 1874 with the program, and it's so important to recognize that history. Every single time we're out on the water, we're wearing the Block S for 150 years worth of rowers. And my journey here to be able to represent the Orange, to be out there on the water every day with some of my closest friends, some lifelong friends, it's beyond special.
Being able to be here and have the coaches, pour so much into you guys. I know as a former student athlete, that's something that's important to me. How has that experience at Syracuse been for you?
It's extremely important. I feel like anything I have in my life, athletically, academically, socially, and mentally, honestly, the coaches are there for me. The coaches are a support for me. And what they do day in and day out is the reason why I've become the man I am today and the member of the Syracuse community that I am.
We hear about it in so many different aspects of the Syracuse experience, but it's the interaction with alumni. And I'm sure as a rower, you have plenty of interactions with those who came before you. Talk about that 150 years of history.
Yeah, the alumni are the real backbone of our program. Every single boat that we're out there is from a generous gift from an alumni or a friend of a program. We're always meeting them at races. They're coming to our practices. One of them was out there on the water with us at 6 a.m. today. So meeting those alumni, hearing their stories, the way that they were contributing to the program and the way they continue to contribute to the program, that's the culture that us both rowing teams have really kind of embodied and have surrounded themselves around, and the alumni are the middle of that.
With everything changing in sports, having alumni, having coaches that support you in the NIL space, what is Giving Day and just people being able to pour into maybe the rowing team or even just athletics as a whole, what do you think that can do for Syracuse?
It's extremely important. Specifically for rowing, I mean, every single thing we use on a daily basis, the boats, the boathouse, the oars, the clothes that we're able to wear when we're out there, the traveling that we do to go and compete against these top schools, it's all alumni funded. It's huge that Giving Day gives us an opportunity to get these funds and to continue what we've been doing for 150 years. But athletics as a whole, I mean, we're on a totally new era of Syracuse athletics.
Yes,
and it's really fun to be a part of. It's an honor for me to be considered a student athlete here. I love it. And just watching as a fan, as a Syracuse student, every single gift that goes into the competitive excellence that is Syracuse athletics, it's a real privilege just to be a part of, and then to continue rowing with it, it's even more special.
One of the things that we see consistently on Syracuse Giving Day is the rowing alumni continuing to support that program. You guys are always at or near the top of our list of donors. They're passionate, and they know the impact it has as well. I want to ask you, what's next? What after Syracuse? What are your plans?
Well, my parents would love to know that as well.
They asked me to ask you, so yeah.
Definitely up in the air, but I think the most important part is wherever I'm able to end up, wherever jobs take me, friendships take me, wherever in the country or the world something takes me. I think what I've learned at Syracuse, those messages of hard work, of dedication, and being a part of something bigger than just yourself, that's the culture that my coach, Coach Reichman, has been able to instill in us. It's the example set by alumni, especially on Giving Day with their generous gifts. It's that real passion that you have for Syracuse and for the Orange. It's going to take me pretty far, I'm sure of it.
What's that going to look like for you to be able to leave and, be able to be a part of this soon and give back and just come able to support? Like you said, the guy was there this morning, at practice with you guys. Will that be you, in the years to come?
Oh, yeah. Coach is going to be sick of seeing me at the practice. I'm definitely going to be coming to watch. Yeah, I think, I was able to give back to a class fund and be able to donate to my head coaching fund this year. It kind of plants the seeds. It's something that's going to be very important to me. Coach always says you don't just contribute to this team in the 4 years you're rowing here. You continue to contribute for the rest of your life, and Giving Day is one of the prime examples of that. So it's definitely something that's on my radar, something I want to continue to focus on as I become an alumni and go out into the real world.
Well, he's absolutely right, because Syracuse University is not just a 4-year thing. It is a lifetime. You are forever Orange. Stevie Chuck, thanks for being with us on Giving Day.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks, Stevie.
All right, let's get a check on where things stand right now. We have been watching the numbers, watching the donor numbers, watching the gift numbers, seeing where they're coming from as well. And now it's time for a breakdown. Let's go out to Isabella Galan, who's got that for us.
Yes, do I have those numbers for you? But I do have to say, even though I am not a student athlete here at Syracuse, the spirit of a good game day will always get me excited. Being in the Dome is just an unforgettable experience, and I know every single person that has walked through the doors of the JMA Wireless Dome, previously the Carrier Dome, have to make sure we get that in there, but I know every single person that has been there for a game has felt that love and that spirit, because once you bleed orange, you always bleed orange. So let's look at some of these priority funds, including the athletics fund that's 84% of its way to its goal. The entrepreneurship fund is not that far behind as well, 58% to its goal. greatest need. That fund is also getting great donations, 619 donors. Wow. We are so grateful for all of your support. The Hendricks Chapel Fund, look at that, 966 donors, 96% of the way to its goal. The Student Organization Challenge, though, I have to give it up for you. Over 1,000 donors for that challenge alone, 216% over its goal. So thank you, as someone who's involved in a lot of different organizations here on campus. It really does mean a lot, and we are very grateful for every single gift that you guys are giving. Now, I want to take a look more at some of those different organizations, including the Athletics Fund. If we look at which Syracuse University department is in the lead, we have the Advancement and External Affairs in the lead. Orange Athletics is a little bit further down. It's actually right underneath the Newhouse School. So pretty cool to see how those are kind of neck and neck. They're only one donation apart from each other. The ITS, that's doing great. 69 donors. College of Law at 63. School of Education doing amazing, having a lot of donors coming in from there. Falk and iSchool, they're also included in the top 10. So really great seeing that so much money is being spread all throughout campus, not just one little area. Every single donation counts, it matters, and it goes to somewhere that supports somebody's dream, somebody's goal, someone's alma mater. I know there's so many proud alumni, not only of Syracuse University as a whole, but each and every individual home college. So that's all for me right now. We're seeing some great numbers, so exciting that we are so close to reaching our goals, but I'm going to send it back to you guys.
All right, Bella, thank you. It is so fun to see those numbers go up. And the Student Org Challenge, people want to give to the student orgs, whether it was an org that they were a part of, but just to see that students are getting these chances to do fun things.
Yes, that's what college is all about, being involved, whether it's an organization, whether you start an organization and you need funding, just being able to be in college and, have fun. That's what it's about.
Yeah, and you're here for a year as a grad student. You're trying to make the most out of it and get as much in as you can, aren't you?
Make the most of every opportunity, just being in every space that I can, just picking up and learning from people. That's what I'm here for.
Well, we're glad you were here for this in this segment. Kay Racine, thanks so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for being with us for the athletics part of our broadcast. We will continue 7 o'clock. We'll be talking about one of the great programs here at Syracuse University, the Inclusive U program. Kim will be back with that coming up at 7 o'clock. In the meantime, we'll take a break, and thank you for being a part of Syracuse Giving Day.